Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Jazakumullah khairan for everybody attending. Jazakumullah khairan. You've taken time out of your lives, out of your days to come to this class and to learn something, inshallah, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, there's so many people out there who want to be able to do a course like this. I mean, when I've been receiving the messages from people, it's like a dream come true for some people. It's like, oh, they just want to get onto it and they want to be able to start understanding something of the Quran. So this is a course that will, inshallah, it's the first step to getting you to understand the Quran. You will be understanding the Quran, bits of the Quran from day one, inshallah. So before I start, I just want to mention two things. The first thing is that and this, okay? I just want to mention that because what it is my mum, Hafizahullah, she wanted me to do a class with this on. It's not normally what I wear, but she wanted me to do a class with this on. And she wanted me to do a class with, not just one class, the whole series, the whole course, with this on as well. Now this is normally what people who graduate from like these universities, these prestigious universities even, Islamic universities, they wear this sort of thing. Like the people who have learned about Islam, they have knowledge about Islam, etc. And scholars wear this as well. So this, you can also get this from the shop as well. And I'm none of them. I've not been to another country to study. I've not been in another country to learn Arabic. My knowledge, I'm not knowledgeable. I have hardly any knowledge. Nothing. So I'm not wearing this because I graduated from anywhere. I'm just wearing this because my mum told me to. And my mum, I think, is watching as well. So got to be on good behavior. Okay. So that was that. Just in case you think I'm a graduate, I'm not a graduate of any university, nothing like this. But it'll be an inspiration, inshallah, to you as well, that you don't have to be a graduate to be able to start understanding the Quran. Okay, so let that, think about that one. So also, I want to start off this class by reciting something of the Quran, hoping to get the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in it is a lesson as well. So I'm just going to go to Surah Yusuf, which is Surah 12, if anybody wants to follow. Surah Yusuf, which is Surah 12. And I'm just going to start from the start, inshallah. I'm just going to read 3 verses, inshallah, that's it. And then, inshallah, we'll make a start. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام را. تلك آيات الكتاب المبين. إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون. نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص بما أوحينا إليك هذا القرآن وإن كنت من قبله لمن الغافلين. So that was the first 3 verses of Surah Yusuf. And I'm just going to read the translation of what I've read. So Alif Lam Ra, Allah knows best the meaning of these letters. We don't know the translation of Alif Lam Ra. These are the verses of the book that makes things manifest. Next verse. Surely we have revealed it, an Arabic Quran, that you may understand. We narrate to you the best of narratives by our revealing to you this Quran, though before this you were certainly one of those who did not know. So these are the three verses. And then after this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala begins the beautiful story of the Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Okay, the reason why I chose these verses is because of this second verse. Surely we have revealed it, an Arabic Quran. Why? Is it so that we can recite it in Ramadan and then put it away? Is it that we can recite and recite and recite and recite and recite Quran every week, week in, week out, and understand nothing of it? Is it that we can recite it after somebody, has passed away or etc., and that's all we do with it? It's mentioned here. Surely we have revealed it, an Arabic Quran, that you may understand. That you may understand. And you can't do justice to the Arabic language, to the Quran, by just looking at a translation. Because as we'll see in today's lesson, inshallah, the translation is just a human attempt to translate the word of Allah. And translations don't give you the full effect. So in order to be able to understand the Quran properly, we need to be able to understand the Quran in Arabic. And I'm telling you, it's not rocket science. When I learned Arabic, started learning Arabic myself, when I saw what it was, I felt I need to let people know. You only need to start doing some basic things before you can start understanding the Quran. Some basic things. And that's what I want to cover in this course, inshallah. So I studied, I'll leave that. So inshallah we will start. So this is a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which was narrated by Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu. It says, خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best of you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches it. So part of your forming your intention today, inshallah, can be that you want to be from the best of the people, those who are learning the Quran and then teaching the Quran. And I learn from my students lots. Just today I learned something from my student. They ask you a question and you don't know the answer, you go and check with your teacher and then you get an answer. So I'm in the process of learning also. So the best of you are those not who make millions of pounds and have businesses and are so rich, and you can do that, provided it's not at the expense of your religion. But the best of you, the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in this hadith, the best of you are those who learn the Quran and teach it. So we are learning the Quran. So we can make this our intention that I want to be the best of the people. And if you look at this slide, and by the way, these slides are in your booklets. If you have the booklets, then you can follow this. If you registered late and haven't sent you a booklet, I will send it you inshallah, and it'll also be in the description of the recording of this class inshallah. So we told in another verse, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. It's the verse that I recited, which means, verily we have sent it down as an Arabic Quran in order that you may understand. So this is what we are trying to do to understand this. Next slide. Now you might have heard this verse many times from many people. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. It means, and we have indeed made the Quran easy to understand and remember. Then is there anyone who will remember? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying the Quran is easy to understand, and I'm going to show you, and I can testify to that the Quran, once you learn a few formulas, obviously you're learning a new language, so you're going to have to put some effort in, but the effort you need to put in order to be able to start understanding the Quran, you'll be amazed inshallah. You'll start learning things from today that you can see in the Quran, that you can understand from the Quran, or when you read the Quran. Yes, it's a 2-hour class, so we'll maybe have a break, maybe at around 8:30 or something, inshallah, for about 5 minutes, something, inshallah. Okay, now look at this. I'm going to go to the next slide here. What's happened? You can answer in the chat. What was the new? I'll do another addition now. 1 second. Next bit of information coming now. Can anybody see what's been added? Yes. Jazakallah khair, sister. Look, 4 times in the Quran. This is not coming once. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if he wanted to, could have said this once and that was good enough for us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala repeated the same verse in the same surah 4 times. 4 times. We've got to be learning something from that and thinking, wait a minute, there's a reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. The Quran is easy. Relatively speaking to other languages, even Arabic, you pick up a newspaper, you're going to be bamboozled Arabic. But to understand the Quran, it's different. You can get to grips with it much easier. And inshallah, I hope you all achieve that in this lesson, in this whole course, inshallah. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one. So this is what Ibn al-Qayyim, a scholar, Ibn al-Qayyim, the student of Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahumullah, he said, if you want to benefit from the Quran, gather your heart when it is recited. I try to understand it. Focus your hearing and act like you are being directly addressed by Allah. Now, when you're in the Salah, the only way you can do that is to be able to understand what the imam is saying. And Ramadan is around the corner, and I'm hoping this course equips us for Ramadan. So when Ramadan starts, we are fresh, the knowledge is fresh, and we can benefit from the Taraweeh and benefit from the Quran like never before, inshallah. So I can't answer all those questions, and some I don't know the answers to, but yes, comments, okay. Before we start, so the question comes up, why not learn conversational Arabic? Because number one, I can't teach conversational Arabic, I'm not fluent in Arabic. And also, most of the time, people only want to learn Quran, the majority of people I'm talking about, they only want to learn Arabic so that they can understand the Quran. That's the number one reason why people will learn Arabic, to understand the Quran, and then they can understand the Hadith, and then you take it further and you want to converse in it and you want to write essays, no problem. But the primary reason why somebody will want to learn learn Arabic is to be able to understand the Quran. So conversational Arabic is another level. It's another science, like which word to put when and how. We don't need to know that, because what we're trying to do is understand the Quran. The Quran is already written. All our objective of this course is to be able to understand what is written, not to be able to construct sentences, not to be able to write we don't even have to even write Arabic. There's no writing Arabic in this course, because you don't need to be able to write in Arabic. It's not going to help you understand the Quran just like that. What you need to do is focus, what we're going to focus on, inshallah, is everything that helps us understand what is written. So I'll try to get the sort of most important aspects of Arabic and put them into one little course, because we're all busy. Many people can't dedicate years and years to study. People do, but many people can't dedicate years and years continually every week for a year studying. So I wanted to put something together that is quick and easy and all in one place, in order to get us to be able to understand the Quran. So that's why I know conversational Arabic. Why this book? Okay, so the book that I'm using as a base is the book, I think it's in the next slide. It's called Access to Quranic Arabic, the Mel's series book. I think it's out of print now, but that's the one I studied at the OTI.org, which is an institute that teaches Quranic Arabic. So I got that book, I took the most important aspects of it out, and I made slides, and those slides were put into a booklet, and that's what you have now. And it should be able to be downloadable from the link in the description once the recording is on YouTube, inshallah. So what will be taught in this class? So Arabic, let me just put this pointer on so you can see. Pointer, 1 second. Um, Spotlight. Okay, yes. So what will be taught in this course? So Arabic consists of like three sort of things. One is called surf. Surf is morphology, how you can change words to make new words, how things will come, template words will come and add on to an existing word and it changes the meaning of those words. That's the most important aspect of Arabic, and it's the first part. You can't understand the Quran if you don't know surf, if you haven't gone through surf. The next thing, so this is what we're gonna do in this course. We're gonna do surf, which is morphology, how words, what they mean, and how they interconnect to make new words, new meanings. The second aspect of Arabic is nahu. Nahu is grammar. So grammar is the rules of the fatha and the dhamma and the kasra, and which one comes where and how does it come and why does it come and all those things. It's to do with the word endings. It's to do with the word endings. Is it muslimun? Is it musliman? Is it muslimin? Is it kafirun? Is it kafirin? So that's grammar, and it's like the rules of Arabic. You need to follow the rules of grammar when you write in Arabic, when you speak in Arabic even, but especially when you write in Arabic. So the Quran has rules of grammar, and you don't need to know all of them to get started. And grammar is a higher level, and we're not going to cover much of grammar because you don't need that high level grammar to be able to understand the literal meaning of the Quran. So we're not going to concentrate on Nahu too much. And Balagha is the third one. Balagha is eloquence, the beautiful way the Quran is. Why did Allah put this word here and why not this word? Why is this word here and why not here? And what's the significance of this word being here? So we're not even going to touch that because we need to get our basic building blocks first. But that's where it leads to when you get at that high level, which I don't have, that high level of Arabic language is Balagha, the eloquence of the Quran. How the kuffar of Mecca couldn't get to that level of the Quran. They couldn't get to the Balagha, the eloquence that the Quran has. So we're going to continue, concentrate mostly on surf, which is morphology. What will I achieve from this course? Inshallah, from this course you will achieve the ability to be able to start understanding, translating verses of the Quran. Sometimes even full verses, sometimes parts of verses, but it depends on how much you put in. Some jobs you get that you only work a bit and you get a lot of money. And some jobs you work really hard and you don't get so much money. Quranic Arabic isn't like that. Quranic Arabic, whatever you put in, you are going to get out. If a person spends 15 minutes revising a week, and another person spends 2 hours revising a week, the person who does 2 hours, he's going to be smiling in Ramadan, inshallah. He's going to be smiling when the imam is doing Taraweeh because he's going to know what's going on. He's going to have some sort of clue, some idea. Whereas a person who spent 15 minutes, he's going to be regretting and he's going to want to do the course again. Right? So I don't want you to waste your 13 weeks. I want you to really give it your best. So you will be able to achieve the thing of being able to translate verses of the Quran, parts of verses of the Quran. Yeah, inshallah. Next one. So if you have any questions, just ask. So this is what I used to put when I didn't have that many students, but alhamdulillah, there's over 400 right now. So I'll try unmuting and we'll see what happens. And if we get too many people, I will mute everybody and we can just ask you questions in the main chat box. And I will try to answer what I can. I won't be able to answer them all, but you can always ask me. You have my number. You're in the groups. You can ask me even when you get homework to do. I'm going to give people homework to do, because without homework you ain't going to learn anything, because homework will force you to practice what you've learned. And then there will be a test every week as well, so you've got something to aim for, and you want to really give it your best. Give it your best. This is an opportunity that may never come again in your life, so give it, honestly. Give it your 100%. Put things on pause. If you can pause certain things in your life, you had a project to do, you had this thing, you have something in the garden that you need doing, etc., or whatever, put it on pause for these 13 weeks and give this your 100% attention, your brain and your heart. So any questions, just ask. And I usually say, don't feel shy of asking. Keep on asking, keep on asking. And even if you ask 10 times, I will give you an answer. I'll give you an answer 10 times. If you ask 11 times, then either you need to go hospital or I need to go hospital. Okay? So, yeah, don't be shy. If you be shy, you're not going to learn. So do ask your questions as much as you can. I think it's maybe going to be in the chat box. And if I see a lot of one particular type question, I'll answer it, inshallah. So balagha is the eloquence of the Quran. Someone's asking a question, what is balagha? Balagha is the eloquence of the Quran. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put this word here. What's the significance of this word being here? For every word in the Quran, there is a reason why it is there. And there's a reason why that particular word has been chosen when other words could have been chosen. So the sort of thing is to work out why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put this word there. And this is the work of the people who do tadabbur and the work of the scholars, etc. And once we get to a certain level, we can do that as well. We can start doing the tadabbur, which is basically, looking into the Quran and thinking, why is this word here and what's the significance of this, etc. Okay? Oh yeah, the ZZP words can be used. I think in your booklets it says they can't be used. So I'm going to ask people, I want to separate people into two categories. One of you I'm going to call non-Arabs. One type of people I'm going to call non-Arabs. Non-Arabs are those people who have never studied Arabic before, Arabic language. This is totally brand new to them. Everything I'm saying is all new to you. Okay, so you're the non-Arabs. The Arabs are everybody else who have done the course and already know the answer to the question I'm asking. So I'm going to base my questions and I'm going to direct them at the non-Arabs, the ones who it's totally new to. If you don't know, then I'll take it to the ones who have done some Arabic. Okay, so the ZZP words. I just want to unmute and let's just see if this works. Okay, I'm going to let everybody unmute themselves to answer this question. This is going to the non-Arabs. Okay, the ones who've never done Arabic before. Okay, I'm going to allow you to unmute yourselves. Once you've answered the question, please mute yourselves again. If it works, we'll keep it up, inshallah. Okay, so what does ZZP mean? I said, oh yeah, the Z. Yep. Fantastic. Right, that's it. Good. You can all mute yourselves again. Okay. So ZZP is Zabar Zer Pesh. That's the sort of the Pakistani way of saying Fatha, Dhamma, and Kasra. Okay. Before when I used to teach it in the earlier times, I used to ban the use of Zabar, Zair and Pesh because we need to do Fatha, Dhamma, Kasra. But I'm a Zabar, Zair, Pesh person myself, and a lot of the people who are doing this course are maybe Zabar, Zair persons themselves. So I don't mind if you say Zabar, Zair, Pesh or Fatha, Dhamma, Kasra, whatever suits you. When I say them, I'll try to say them both because some don't know what Fatha Dhamma Kasra is. It took me a while to get used to it, Fatha Dhamma Kasra. Even now, Zabar Zair Pesh is much easier for me. So I'll try to use them both because I want as many people to benefit. Not everybody is from the same background, etc. So yeah, Zabar Zair Pesh, you can use it. Although in your booklets it says you can't, but you can. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there you go. Fatha is there. Kasra is the one that comes underneath. And Dhamma is the vowel that comes on the top, like a 9 on its side. And this is the Zabar, this is the Zair, and this is the Pesh. I will use them both, inshallah, where I can. Okay? Everybody happy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Right. My teacher, when I was at school, he told me to always, I'm messing about with the controls. He told me to label my graphs. So obviously I haven't learned from that teacher. So this is a graph showing something. Can anybody who hasn't done this course before, can anybody explain what this course, you can unmute yourselves, can anybody explain what this graph is showing?
How many people stay on the course over time?
How much you learn?
No, what was the first one?
How many people stay on the course over time?
Yes. So alhamdulillah, for over 400 people, that's not bad. One person spoke. Okay, fine. Right. Yes. So this is a graph showing how many people start a course. This is when I used to teach it in the masjid that was about 30 people. So that's why I've got 30 there. Right. So this is what happens. Let me tell you, if this was a beautiful Sirah class where all you did is you just logged in at a certain time every week and all you did is listen to a beautiful story of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, even then the class will go down over time because keeping constant at something is difficult. Keeping constant at something, everybody can attend the first one. Everybody can attend the second one, but as it starts becoming a regular pattern and you need consistency, that's when the people who aren't that strong in, maybe not, I don't want to say that because people have different circumstances, but it becomes harder. So the ones who are strongest, usually, then the strongest determination, they continue. So I don't want to see come last class 5 people. Yeah, alhamdulillah, it's not that bad, alhamdulillah. But the thing is, I need you to stay from the start all the way to the end. So this graph should look like this. In fact, if it looks like this, even better. Okay, but it shouldn't. Obviously, there's going to be people who can't make it every time. There's people in Pakistan and India. I don't expect them to be awake at 1 a.m. They can get the recordings. There's people maybe in America who are working at this time. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon for them. So they might not have access. They might not have the time. But the recordings will be on YouTube, inshallah. Those who are registered, you're on the groups. I will send it on there. You will know, inshallah. If you don't, then if you have my number, just message me. Right? So we can't do this, okay? We want to be the strong ones right at the end. So this is the book I was talking about. This is the book that I studied at theoti.org. www.theoti.org. I think they still teach online. So this is the book that I studied there. I based my slides on this. This book I think is out of print. You're not going to be able to buy it hardly. You don't have to buy it. You don't need it. But if you can get it, then you can, it's got more information than I'm going to teach. So this is a good book. And that's the book that I've based my slides on and this course on. So before we start, intention for myself, for yourselves. We need to get our intention right. And the fact that we struggle with our intention is a good sign. That struggle needs to be there, that we're struggling to keep our intention. I think it was Sufyan al-Thawri, a great alim from the past, from the first 3 generations. Sufyan al-Thawri, a big scholar. He said, the hardest thing that I had to deal with was my intention. What about you and me? What about me? This is an alim, big scholar, Sufyan al-Thawri. He said the biggest issue I had, the biggest problem I had was to be able to, deal with my intention. Am I doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or am I doing it for some worldly gain? Am I doing it for fame? Am I doing it so I can shoot down that person who always asks me questions? Am I doing it so I can, have a, show off a bit and things like this? What are we doing it for? What am I doing it for? So this is just a reminder before we start, inshallah. The Prophet ﷺ said, do not acquire knowledge in order to compete with the scholars, nor to argue with the ignorant, nor to gain mastery over the gatherings, since whoever does that, then the fire. And it's a big headache. I mean, it's a big problem. When we read this hadith, we get like a big worry that what I'm doing for 13 weeks, is it even going to be accepted? Am I going to see it on the day of judgment as reward or as punishment? Because if we do things for other people to show off, then it's punishment instead. So this shouldn't put anybody off, because that's what shaitan wants. What we do is we consult ourselves, even now, and consult our heart, and think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I don't care. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm doing it for you, so that I get close to you, so you are pleased with me. You created me to worship you. This is worship. I want to be from those who are the best of the people. If I do this action, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will be pleased. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our action, and we don't care about the people, we don't care about our family, we don't care about our spouses, we don't care about our children, in terms of we don't care about our parents, in terms of we're not doing this for them. That's why I don't mean anything else. Okay, we're doing it for only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and don't care about the people. And this is worship. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, so that we can, do things to please Him. And it will get us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And, we hope to, through this, to be more obedient and get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So yeah, this is very important, okay? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rectify our intentions. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give us that tranquility after making our intention. So this is just another hadith here. I've got it. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, any group of people that assemble in one of the houses of Allah to study the Quran, tranquility will descend upon them, mercy will engulf them, angels will surround them, and Allah will make mention of them to the angels in His proximity. So this hadith has been left over from when I used to do it in the masjid, the class in the masjid. And last year it was COVID, we couldn't go to the masjids. So maybe this doesn't apply now, but may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So is everybody happy to start?
Yes.
Anybody have any questions?
Yes.
Yes,
please.
Okay, that's good. And then everybody else is typing in there. Okay, that's good. Right, so you can unmute yourselves, okay, at the moment. We'll test it out, inshallah. Okay,
Yeah,
bismillah.
okay. Assalamu alaikum. I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
The 3 books that were shown
Yeah.
by Abdul Wahid Hamid that you've shown. Would you advise to purchase the 3 books if we are able to?
If you can buy, I think they're out of print, but if you can buy them and you want to continue your studies, then you can do that, but it's not essential for this class. You don't need it for this class. So if you want to purchase it and then study further, no problem, but you don't need it for this class. Okay, so we will start, inshallah. Right, Arabic terminology. I'm not going to concentrate too much on Arabic terminology because you don't necessarily need to know it to understand the Quran, but I'm just going to give you just a few little things, inshallah. So in Arabic, we have ism. Ism means nouns. Can anybody type what nouns are? What is a noun? A noun is, I like that answer. A noun is an ism, that's right. Okay. So a noun is, it's a thing. Phone, car, sun, moon, cabinet, mouse, people. Okay, them are nouns. So in Arabic we have nouns, we call them ism. You don't need to know it, that ism is a noun, but I'm letting you know for those who would want to learn it. I'll try to tell you what's essential and what's not. Okay. So for example, we have, these are examples: kitabun, book; rajulun, man; qalamun is pen; filun is elephant; baqaratun is cow. So this is just an example of some nouns, a name of something. Yep. Sometimes if I ask a question, if somebody types yes, fine, then I can move on. Okay, so the next thing is fi'l. Fi'l are verbs. Does anybody know what a verb is? You can unmute yourself and speak if you want. What is a verb?
An
It's a
action
doing
word.
word. Action. Doing word, isn't it?
It's a
Fantastic.
doing word.
Fantastic.
It's a doing word. Yeah.
That's right.
Doing word.
That's right. So I've just muted everybody because that was quite a lot. Yeah. So it's a doing word. Okay. Like for example, darasa, to study; alima, to know; qatala, to kill; Amala, to act. Wajada, to find. So to talk, to walk, to play. These are verbs, and in Arabic they are called fi'l. Fi'l means verb. Yeah, an action word. And I think on this one you can type it. So what are particles? Anybody know? You have to type this one. I've muted you all. Okay, preposition, titles, connectives. Fantastic. So these are examples of particles. Harf. And harf is actually a word in Urdu as well. If you know Urdu, then there's a lot of words that are very similar in Arabic. Okay, so ala means on, min means from, fi means in, man means whom, ila means to. So, just checking. Yep. So these are examples of huruf, which harf, okay, particles. It's small words. So this is generally what we're going to be dealing with in Arabic. Okay, you've got nouns, you've got verbs, and you've got particles. You don't have to learn anything yet. I'm just giving you introduction. Okay, so somebody's asked a very important question. So somebody's noticed, are you a non-Arab? I think the person is a non-Arab, yeah? Meaning never done Arabic before. They're saying, that's in the question, do all nouns end in a double dhamma, a dopesh? Look, kitabun, rajulun, qalamun, filun, baqaratun. So fantastic. Yes. As default, yes. Sheikh Muhammad Abu Bakr has answered. Right? As default, they all end in double dhamma. Dhammatain, dopesh. And that's the grammar part. That's the grammar part on these words. We're going to go into grammar slightly, but only a bit, because you need to learn morphology first. So kitabun, we'll go over that inshallah. Okay? So yeah, good observation there. Move to the next slide. Everybody happy? Fantastic. Right, okay, which one yep will do me. 50 million yeps is fine as well. Okay. And some questions I'm going to miss on purpose because we'll be jumping too much, so I just want to not answer all the questions I see. So, okay, so kitabun. What does kitabun mean? It's, if you know Urdu, you will know what kitabun means. You just type it. I think that's fine, that's good. Book. That's right. More specifically, it means a book. Okay, a book. We will go into later on what, you know, the a is inside that word basically. So kitabun means a book. If I say kitab, that also means a book, but we're going to be doing the grammar, so we're going to have the grammar at the end. So we're going to be mentioning the grammar. I could turn around and Arab could say that I read the kitab. That's fine, but we're going to say I read the kitabun. We're going to say it properly because in the Quran there is grammar. So we're going to say it properly, inshallah. So kitab is fine, but the proper way of saying it is kitabun. So when I go to the masjid, it's not really masjid. What is it really? Can anybody tell me? Just unmute it. Yes, it's masjidun. So when I see a masjid, it's really a masjidun. When I see an imam, it's really imamun. When I see, haqiba, for example, a bag, it's really haqibatun. It's not Quran. What is it? What is it really? Quranun. Okay, Quranun. So that's the first sort of thing, that the endings of nouns end in a double dhamma. They end in dopesh. So you'll see that, you'll see that, but obviously you see variations. We'll talk about the variations later, inshallah. Yeah, so kursi is really kursiyun. Jazakallah khair. Right. So what we need to know, I'm going to tell you what's going to be in your test. I'm one of those teachers that's going to tell you what's in your test, and I've had teachers like that as well. They tell you what's going to be in your test because then they want you to learn particular things. This is going to be in your test. I will make it clear, inshallah, as I go along. So hadha is a word in Arabic that means this is. This is. Hadha kitabun means this is a book. You need to know this word hadha. We will do it on the subsequent slides, inshallah. So hadha kitabun means this is, and then kitabun, a book. So you would say hadha kitabun, this is a book. Happy? Next one. Dhalika. Dhalika means that is. So it's talking about something that's far away. I'm not going to give Arabic terminologies because you don't need them to understand the Quran. You know, that's like if you're going at a higher level, then you start needing them. You know, you're going to get confused and you're not going to come back next week, right? So I'm just going to keep things nice and easy, inshallah. I'm not going to go through many Arabic terminologies because you don't need to know them particularly just to start. It's better that you know what the word means. So dhalika means that is. It's talking about something that's far away. So hadha kitabun, this is a book. Dhalika kitabun means that is a book. Okay? You're going to need to learn these words. And the next one, huwa kitabun. Huwa means it is. Kitabun is a book. So huwa kitabun means it is a book. Now you might be thinking, oh yes, I've seen hadha in the Quran, I've seen dhalika in the Quran, and I've seen huwa in the Quran. Fantastic, you have. And that's going to be the first words you have to start learning. Because you're going to have to start learning words, but we're going to go through them in the class. Now at the end, you're going to get a vocabulary list of about 10, 12, 13 words of the most frequently occurring words that come in the Quran. And that's going to be the basis of your homework and your test, inshallah. I don't want to go into those terminologies. Just do this, okay? Nice, keep it nice and easy, nice and simple. Okay. Is everybody happy with that? Can we move on? Anybody have any questions at this point? Yes. Happy, fantastic. Okay, if you have a question, just write it. If you have a question, you want me to repeat it again? Oh, sorry, so I didn't understand that fully. Okay, but hadha kitabun, this is a book. Dhalika kitabun, that is a book. Huwa kitabun, it is a book. Okay. Right. So this next bit is going to come in your test. So the Arabic language is a language that uses genders. So like, you know, a TV will be either a male or a female. You know, a phone will be either a male or a female. A car will be a male or a female. Different things are masculine or feminine. You get masculine and feminine in French. You get masculine and feminine in Urdu, right? And you get masculine and feminine in other languages, I presume. That's the only language that I know, so that's all I can talk about. So Arabic has feminine words and masculine words. Some nouns are masculine, some nouns are feminine. I want to be able to show you some of the ways you can tell a word is feminine and then masculine also. So this is going to come in the test, by the way, so you need to know this. How can you tell if a word is feminine? The first way to tell is if the word ends in this here. This is called a ta marbuta. A ta marbuta. If you don't remember the word marbuta, fine, just call it whatever you want to call it. Okay? But closed ta. It's a ta, it's like this. Remember that ta that's like this, alif ba ta, but it's closed up. It's closed. It looks like a ha and it's got two dots on. Whenever you get that coming at the end of a word, it's a feminine word. So jannatun, jannah is feminine. Ayatun, which is a verse, or a sign, it's a feminine word. That's where you get this thing where salih is a male word, salihah, with that ta marbuta at the end, it's a girl's name. Jamil, boy's name. Jamilah, girl's name. Tayyib, boy's name. Tayyibah, girl's name. Hafs, a boy's name. Hafsa, a girl's name. So this is a girlifier. This is a thing that will make a word into a feminine word, right? The round ta, ta marbuta, the girl ta, whatever sticks in your mind to understand this concept. You don't have to word marbuta. You don't have to learn that if you don't want. If it's too difficult, just learn girl ta, or learn round ta, or anything that fits. Okay? Because in 13 weeks, we don't have time to go through all the terminology and learn all them, and then learn all this as well. So mu'annath means feminine. So the main way you can tell, the first way you can tell a word is feminine is look at the ending. The ending ends in a ta marbuta, and it can look like this, or it can look like this. Then the word is feminine. Any questions? Okay. Right, next one, and we'll maybe have some examples as well, inshallah, because I like to teach with examples. The next way you can tell a word is feminine is if it's talking about a woman. So there's no ta marbuta here. There's no ta marbuta here. That was one way of doing it. The second way is if the thing it's talking about is a woman. So it's a mother, it's an auntie, it's a grandma, it's a daughter, it's a niece. That is also a feminine word. So if it's talking about a woman, it's got to be a feminine word as well. Does that one make sense? Okay, so two so far. Any word ending in ta marbuta, and any word that is a woman itself. So that second one's obvious. It's a woman, so it's got to be feminine. Next one. Okay, it's a body part that comes in pairs. So a body part that comes in pairs is feminine. So hand is feminine. Ear, feminine. Nose is, yeah, even the nosy people only have one nose. So what is nose? It's masculine. Fantastic. Yeah, it's not feminine. It's not feminine. Eyes, feminine. You know, kidneys, feminine. Feet, feminine. So any body part that comes in pairs is feminine. I just want you to learn this so you can appreciate the next slide, or maybe the slide after. So what if you are referring to one hand? It'll still be feminine, yeah, because the hand, we know there's two of them, so even one hand is feminine. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, the next one, and these are going to be in the test, by the way. You're going to all get a test. It's going to be a computer based. It's going to be a Google form test, and it's going to be multiple choice. You're going to get the mark. I'm going to get the mark, and this is going to be on there. You need to be able to define the characteristics of feminine words. What are feminine words? Okay, so somebody's saying, can I pronounce? I think this is working all right. Just everybody texting. I think it's all fine. It's nice and quiet, which is good. Okay, so somebody's saying, could I just say the words? So this is mu'annath. Mu'annath means feminine. And then this word here is jannatun, which we know is paradise. Ayatun is verse. Ummun means mother. So I think my ummun is listening to me right now. Okay. Bintun is daughter. Yadun is hand. Ainun is eye. Okay. I'm going to go to the next one now. Right. The last one is a set of words. I don't know how many words there are. There's not that many, as far as I know. But it's a set of words that historically the Arabs used to use in a feminine way. So they don't have a ta marbuta at the end. They're not women. They're not a pair of body parts. It's just certain words that the Arabs used and have known to be historically feminine. They don't follow any pattern, they don't follow any rule. It's just a set of words. I don't know all the words, but these are some of the words. So al-ardu is one of those historically feminine words. It just is. Just don't ask why. It just is. The Arabs used to use it as a feminine word. It's a feminine word. Shamsun is a feminine word, the sun. Sama'un, sky, feminine word. Jahannam is one of those historically feminine words. Sabilun, again, is a feminine word. No ta marbuta at the end. It's not a woman. It's not a pair of body parts. It's just an exception. An exception is always, it's just always historically feminine, these particular words. Nafsun, soul. So these are just examples of some feminine words that were historically feminine. Okay? So that's the way you can determine. There's others, but there's other categories, but these are the main four. This is what the book states anyway. So again, any word that ends in ta marbuta is feminine. Any word that is talking is a woman, is a female, and that's a feminine word. Any word which is talking about a body part that come in pairs, that's a feminine word. And we have some exceptions, some sort of words that are just always known to be feminine, so they are also feminine. Okay, sabilun, so somebody's asking what sabilun means, where. Like, people when they come to collect money, they say, fi sabilillah, in the way of Allah. I give money in the way of Allah. Jihad, fi sabilillah. Jihad, fi in sabilillah, the way of Allah or path of Allah. So that's what sabil means. Al-ardu means the earth. Al-ard. And that, how many times does al-ard come in the Quran? We're going to learn that because it's one of the frequently occurring words in the Quran, okay? And obviously there's questions that I can't answer there. So, as I said, I'm not a sheikh, I'm not an alim. I'm just just a general below average guy, right? But I want to show you that you don't need to study for years to be able to understand the Quran. Look, if you can go to another country and you can study for 6-7 years, Quran, Islam, Sharia, everything, fantastic, go and do it, right? But a lot of us are in situations where we have family, we have children, we have parents, we're working, we can't go. And even some institutes wouldn't even let us go because we're past that age. So what do we do? Do we just sit down and say, well, I couldn't go to Medina University, I couldn't go there, I couldn't go here, let me just sit down and I'll just do something else? No. Study what you can. If you can't do it all, don't leave it all. And let me give you some good news. The Sahaba didn't go out for, many of the Sahaba, they didn't go out for years to study. They couldn't. They were working, they were businessmen, they were, they were going out, they were fighting in jihad. They couldn't do that. So what would they do? Whatever time they got, they would spend with the Prophet ﷺ and learn. Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, he was a businessman. So was Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Now what Umar ibn al-Khattab used to do, he had a business partner. And he made a deal with his partner. He said, one day, you go with the Prophet ﷺ and I'll take care of the business. Then the next day, I'll go with the Prophet ﷺ, learn from the Prophet ﷺ, spend the day, and you take care of the business. And when we meet, we will transfer knowledge. So this is Umar ibn al-Khattab set up. He couldn't dedicate 7 years to study. If you can, fantastic, but I'm saying a lot of us are in that position where we can't. So courses like this and different courses, we do to learn and pick up what we can, is the thing we need to do. Even if you're going to work, you put a CD on and listen to a talk, etc. You can learn a lot still, inshallah. Okay, so how can you tell if a word is masculine? You've got the slides in front of you, so you would know, but for those who don't have it, how can you tell if a word is masculine? That's the right answer. Anything that's not feminine. So anything that doesn't fall into those categories is a masculine word. So we look here, yawmun means a day. It's not got a ta marbuta at the end. Ta marbuta is like the dead obvious giveaway. That's like the main one. There's no ta marbuta at the end of any of these. These things are not women. These things are not body parts. And these things are not from those historical exceptions. So yawmun is a day. Kitabun is a book. Basharun is a person, a man. Mu'minun is a believer. And you notice, look, these nouns have all ending in double dhamma, dopesh. They're all ending in that because that's the default for a noun. That's the default ending, grammar ending for a noun. So masjidun, kitabun. Okay? Computer, run. Right? Computer run. Everything default is double dhamma. So, yeah, I think we're just coming to that halfway time where we can just maybe have a 5-minute break. Is everybody happy with a 5-minute break? I've put you all on unmutable. Okay, the yeses are racing.
Yes.
Okay,
Please.
good.
Yeah.
Because we had
Yes.
because we had a introduction today, we've only got through.
Yeah.
Okay, next week we're not going to have introduction. We just get straight into the lesson. So today we had an introduction, but what we're going to cover is light, inshallah. We've got 1 more hour, so we will give that a go. I'm just going to pause the recording. So okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We're back from the break. Hope you all had a break and had some tea, had some, I don't know, whatever you like. Put the kids to bed, stuff like that. So we'll continue now. Right. So this is a table. You have to learn this. This is going to come in the test. You need to know these words inside out. If you don't learn these words, you're not going to know, fail, right? You have to know these words. And I'm telling you, right? Sorry, I'm just going to mute everybody 1 second. Right, so if I was to tell you, you'll get £1 million, tax-free, after tax, you'll get £1 million if you learn all the words that I tell you to learn in this course. Who wouldn't do it? I'd do it myself again. Everybody would do it, yeah? Because £1 million, like, not saying run after money, but with £1 million, you don't have to work for the rest of your life, everybody will say yes. And if you say no, I bet you would really say yes, right? So you would do it, totally. Okay, some people won't, but okay. What I'm trying to say is, if you knew there's a massive reward for doing this, a lot of times people will do it. Or if I say it another way, if I give you a booklet this fat and I said, learn everything in this booklet and you'll get £10 million, yeah, a lot of people are going to do it, right? Now, what you're going to gain, I'll do it for 100,000, okay? Right, somebody said I'll do it for 100,000, okay? Right? What you will gain from this course is the understanding of Allah's word. And it's priceless. I'm telling you, it's priceless. It's worth more than this earth. It's priceless. You can't put a price on that satisfaction you get when the imam recites a verse and you know what it means. And you only did a 13-week course of Arabic. Not you spent all your life doing it. You just did a short course. It's priceless. And it's going to get us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is priceless. Through this, inshallah, we hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us some nice place and some nice Jannah. It's priceless, right? So think of it like that. Just give it your attention. I've taught students who give a half-hearted, go at it and, they didn't get much. Then I've taught students who didn't know anything about Arabic. I'm telling you, they didn't know nothing about Arabic, just how to read it. They did all the homeworks. They came out as top students. They came out and did really well. And I have students who have, way surpassed me, and they're on much higher levels, right? So the minimum we need to do is just concentrate on what I teach you. These 6 words, you have to learn them. You have to learn them, okay? There's no ifs, no buts, right? That's all I can do. I'm going to teach you in an easy way, inshallah. I don't bite, I don't thingy. I'm just going to teach you in a nice way, hoping a slow way, but I'm going to tell you what you need to learn. Have to learn this, okay? I'm not going to be around your house making you learn it. This is something you've got to do yourselves. Motivate yourselves and learn, yeah? Right, so hadha means this is. Now, that's for masculine words. To say this is for feminine words, it's hadhihi. So hadhihi is this is and a feminine word. Hadha is this is and a masculine word. Next one, dhalika is used for that is when it's talking about a masculine word. And tilka is for when it is a feminine word. I'll show you an example, inshallah. If you follow in with your booklet, that's even better because you can see the whole slide, or you can look at it and make notes on the booklet. It's good. If not, then just make notes on a piece of paper. And huwa means he is or it is. It depends what's being talked about. Male, masculine word, obviously. If you're talking about a person, then it's going to be he is. You know, or you're talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's going to be he is. If you're talking about a book, it's going to be it is. So it's he if it's, you know, if it's living, or it if it's not living. And here is the feminine way of saying it is or she is. So let me give an example. Yeah, okay. So let me give examples here. Let's just, yeah, okay. So hadha kitabun. Why is it not going to be hadhihi kitabun? Please, anybody? Why is this not going to be hadhihi kitabun? And yeah, and please, the non-Arabs, yeah, the ones who've never done any Arabic before, if they can do the writing, so I know what's going on, yeah? Because I know there's people here who know more than me, right? So I just want to ask the people who it's new to, the non-Arabs, yeah? Yes, because book is masculine. So you're not going to say hadhihi kitabun. You're not going to find that. It's going to be hadha kitabun. This is a book, because book is a masculine word. An easy way you can tell if book is a masculine word is look what comes before it. Oh, it's a masculine way of saying it, so book is masculine, right? Same with this one. Dhalika kitabun means that is a book. It's not going to be tilka kitabun because tilka is the feminine, talking about a feminine word. So it's going to be dhalika kitabun. That's why I got you to learn the thing in the previous slide. What is feminine word? What is a masculine word? So you can understand and appreciate it, right? And the last one is huwa kitabun. In this case, what does huwa mean? Does it mean he is a book or it is a book? Please just write it down. It, okay? Because you can't say he is a book because the book is inanimate, it's not living. So huwa in this case means it is a book. Excellent. So somebody's asking, does masculine word end in dammatain? No. Don't worry about dammatain. Plurals end in dammatain. Plurals end in do pesh, okay? In two pesh. They don't, the ending, in this case, the ending of a noun doesn't signify if it's a masculine or feminine, except if it's a tam or buta at the end, right? Like here. So we see here, هذه شجرة. Shajaratun is feminine. How can you tell it's feminine? How can you tell it's feminine? Yeah, the ta marbuta, the girl ta, the round ta, whatever you call it. It's really called ta marbuta, okay? But if marbuta is hard for you, then girl ta. Whatever suits you, whatever, you know. I just want to make it easy for the people, right? So, shajaratun is feminine, so you can't say hadha shajaratun. You can't say masculine shajaratun. It has to be hadhihi shajaratun. Now, the good thing is already written in the Quran. So you don't even necessarily need to know it's a feminine word. As long as you understand hadhihi means this is, and shajaratun is a tree, job done. I'm just trying to give you a bit of information so you can appreciate why is hadha used, why is hadhihi used. Okay, so hadhihi is used because it's a feminine word. Again, if I want to say that is a tree, I will say tilka shajaratun here. I'm not going to say dhalika shajaratun because shajaratun is a feminine word. It's a girl word. So I'm going to say tilka shajaratun. You can now open the Quran when you go after this class and look and see if you can find these and think, yeah, the teacher was telling the truth, right? You know, to most things that I tell you, there will be exceptions, right? But generally, I'm telling the general thing. There are some words that are feminine that I've not mentioned, but I'm not going to go through them. Just the basics I'm telling you, the main stuff I'm telling you, okay? Last one, hiya shajaratun. It's not going to be hadha, it's not going to be huwa shajaratun because huwa is a masculine way of saying it. It's going to be hiya shajaratun. What does hiya mean here? Does it mean it is or she is? It is. Just waiting for somebody to write she is. She is a tree. Yeah, you don't want to be calling your wife she is a tree or something like that, yeah? Right, so it's hiya means it is a tree. Surprised I didn't get one, she is. Right, so hiya shajaratun, it is a tree. So is everybody happy? Okay, is everybody happy with that? I don't know. Okay, how do we know when to use he or she? The good thing is we don't. If we were constructing sentences, then we would need to know, do I use hadha, do I use hadihi? The Quran is already written. So you don't have to know when to use what because it's already written. All you need to know is hadihi means this is. Hadha means this is. I just give you some information about masculine and feminine so you appreciate and understand why hadihi is being used. What's the difference between hadha and hadihi? That's what the difference is. It's already written. So as long as you know hadihi and hadha means this is, job done. As long as you know dhalika and tilka means that is, job done. As long as you know huwa and hiya, he and she, job done. Okay. Some people are writing she is just to make me happy. Okay. Thank you, Abisa. Right, okay. So that's pretty much, I think, the most important crux of this lesson. I think it is anyway. Right? Okay, yeah. So somebody's asking why is it not the? We'll do the next week, inshallah. So far, this word contains the word a. It's just a book. Can you see? We will learn how to say the later. If that the is not there, then it just means a. We'll do that, inshallah, later, inshallah. Okay? Happy to move on? Okay, cool. And if you have any questions, you've got, you're on the discussion groups. You've got my number. You can ask on there, inshallah. Okay? Oh, this is very important. This is very important. Look what just happened. These red numbers came up. These red numbers came up. Anybody who's not done this course before, can you have a guess what these red numbers are talking about? Is it the amount of... Yeah, go on. Yeah, okay. Fairly easy. Right. Okay. It's the amount of times this word appears as it is in the Quran. According to my calculations, I used tanzil.net, I used some other resources, checked them both out, they both seem to correlate. According to my research, I'm not the Quran, I can be wrong, and I am wrong, right? So this is just I'm hoping a pretty accurate number for these words. So look how many times hadha comes in the Quran, 262 times. You learn that word, then 262 times when that comes in the Quran, you're going to know what it means, right? And when I do this, I'm not meaning like pointing out of disrespect. It's just my way of emphasizing. Yeah, maybe point upwards. I know Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the khutbah used to use his finger, so I won't point at you. I'll point upwards. Right? Hadha, 262 times. Learn it. Right? Hadihi, 47 times. Learn it. Right? Dhalika, 479 times. 479 times. Dhalika. Can't miss it. If you miss dhalika and hadha, when your imam's reading, you're going to say, oh, hadha, I did hadha, what's hadha? Need to go back to my notes and have a look. Learn it like the back of your hand. Learn again and again. Get that practice. Get your family to test you. You test them. Everybody get in it. Have that environment in your house, this culture and environment in your house of, oh, it's buzzing with Quranic Arabic. It's buzzing for 13 weeks with Quranic Arabic, right? Hadha, test yourself. Okay? Huwa 265 times. Come on, these are big numbers. These are big numbers. Okay. Tilka is 43 and here is 47. And I had a feeling somebody would ask that question. Well, I was going to ask it actually. But somebody, and it was a sister as well, okay, asked the question, how come the girl words are coming less in the Quran than the boy words? Okay. And this is something that we will learn, but a bit later on, inshallah, okay? A bit later on, we will learn why the masculine words are more in the Quran than feminine words. It's not because the males, the Quran is for the males, and it's not because the males are being addressed all the time. It's not that, okay? There's not, when you learn, when you know, inshallah, it'll all say in, inshallah, okay? It's the way Arabic is, okay? But I'm not going to tell you everything straight away. It's gonna happen at its right time, inshallah. Because you go to a GCSE student and you start teaching him A levels, he's not going to come next week. So I want you to come next week. So I'm just going to teach you what I feel you need to know just for this class. So the numbers are, sorry. So the numbers, they don't appear in your books. So if you want to write them down, you can write them down. I don't think they're in your books because I wrote the book before I did the research on the numbers. Tanzeel.net is a good place to look for numbers. And there's a few other resources. And inshallah, I feel they're quite accurate. I did some extensive research on that. But if anybody can provide me with more accurate numbers, then fantastic. I'm more than willing to update my slides, inshallah. Okay. But even if it's not exact, it's not exact, but it's pretty much roundabout there. Okay. So get these words learned. I'm telling you, these are going to come in your test. All these words are going to come in your test. So make sure you learn them. I want everybody getting over 90%. Everybody needs to be getting 90% on their test. And you will be able to achieve that if you do your homework. Because your homework is going to make you repeat and write words, write them with the meaning. And that's one way to learn. When is the test? So inshallah, your homeworks, I would like your homeworks, I'll tell you at the end, inshallah. I'll tell you at the end, inshallah. Just remind me again, yeah? Okay? Right. This slide, don't worry too much about it. I put it in there because it was in the book. But it's just going to explain to you some things. This is not too important, so don't get hung up about this if you don't understand this. Okay? It's in there because it was in the book. An adjective. What is an adjective? In Arabic, sifa. But what is an adjective? Adjective. It's a describing word. Fantastic. Yeah, describe. Good. Right. So it's a describing word. So there's just some rules in Arabic. When a describing word. So in Arabic, in English we say a big house. We say the description before the noun, right? A big house, a fast car, a heavy bag, a good student, right? We say the adjective and then we say the noun. In Arabic, it's the other way around. In Arabic, we say the noun, then we say the describing word. So in Arabic, we'll say the house big, the Quran noble, God one. We will say, I think that fits there as well. We will say the masjid big. Okay, so the noun comes first, then the description comes after in Arabic. So, and all this slide is saying, the description will match the noun. In the ending, look at the ending, double dhamma, yeah? Do pesh here, you're going to have the adjective with do pesh. Same here, do pesh here, do pesh here. If the noun is masculine, then the descriptor, the description word is going to be masculine as well. And if the noun has a tanween, then if the noun is a double ending, then the adjective is going to be a double ending. So that's just something that you can look at in the Quran. And this is one aspect of it. This is not, you don't have to know this. This is just a bit of extra information. You're not going to be tested on this. There's just a bit of extra information, inshallah. So many times the way you change an adjective from a masculine to feminine is you stick a tam al-buta at the end, right? But the thing is, we don't have to do any constructing. All we got to look at is the Quran and say, I know what that word means. I know what that word means. I know why they're matching as well. But as long as you know what the words mean, that's the main thing. Yeah. Right. So we're just going to go on to the next. Again, this is not going to come in the test. This is just for those people who just want to know some extra information. Okay, I'm just going to go to the next one, inshallah. Okay, so we've got 30 minutes left. And that's all lesson 1. We have 10 lessons in this course. Okay, it's a 13-week course, but we have 10 lessons. One of the lessons will be a revision class. The last lesson will be a talk on Salah, and we will go through the meanings of Salah in the Arabic based on what we've learned in our course. So we'll do a word-to-word translation of the Salah in Arabic, hoping that when Ramadan comes, we are geared up and we're on top-notch, concentration in our Salah. Because if we know what the words mean, then we can concentrate much better. So that's 2 classes there. And then one of the lessons was heavy last time I did it, and people were panicking because we'd crammed a bit too much in. So I'm going to break one of those lessons into 2 parts, inshallah. So that's going to make up our 13-week. It's actually just 10 lessons. Okay? Right. So I'm just going to try unmuting people here. If you know the answer, just unmute yourself, say the answer. If you're a non-Arab first, non-Arab, meaning you've never done Arabic before, I'll help you, inshallah. And then once the answer's done, just mute yourself again, inshallah. We'll try it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, then we'll just do it all on the chat. So you now all have the power to unmute yourselves. Okay, so a brother. Let's just start with a brother. Okay, I will start with a sister. Okay, a sister. Some sister who's not done Arabic before. You can go back to your booklet and look at the table where huwa is mentioned.
Yep,
Okay?
I'm here.
Okay, huwa. What does huwa mean?
What means it is.
It is. Fantastic. And that's what you need to know. It is. Okay? You will only know that if you've learnt the table. You have to know what huwa means. And automatically you know huwa, so you know the next word is going to be masculine because huwa is a masculine terminology. So huwa, it is. Okay, Qur'anun.
Quranun is the Quran.
Yep. And Majidun.
And it's Majidun is glorious.
Yes. Okay. Put yourself on mute, please. Jazakallah khair. Right. It is a Quran glorious. Look, the description comes after the Quran. Yeah. This is Quran. Now, these are Quran. This is in Quran 85:21. Go and check it out. Huwa, it is Quranun, Quran, Quran. Because we've not learnt there yet. Quran, Majidun, glorious. The adjective is coming after the Quran, and look, double ending here, double ending here. So this is an example, and that's why it's not me doing this course. It's the credit goes to the person. Of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nothing happens, right? And then the credit for this course goes to the person who wrote that book, Access to Quranic Arabic, that brother, because he's taken these verses out, and I'm just pulling those verses out of the book. Okay, so no credit to me, right? He's done the job with Allah's help, right? So huwa, it is Qur'anun Majidun. We're already translating. Yes, we don't know words yet, but we're already beginning, and that's the beauty of this and the structure of that book. Okay. Okay, so a brother now. So brother, any brother who wants to unmute yourself and be strong. Okay. Innahu. You're going to have to look at the translation, but see if you can find the right.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed it. Okay, this is indeed it. We've not done that yet, okay? So no problem. Don't worry about it. La Qur'anun. La Qur'anun.
Alaikum.
Quran.
A Quran.
Yep.
Alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wabarakatuh. Sorry, brother, just unmute yourself again. I've muted everybody. Karimun
A
it.
Quran.
Yeah, it is.
Noble.
Yes. So again, we see the description is coming after the Quran, and look, the description is matching the Quran. Okay, a sister for the next one. Just one sister, please. Yeah. Hadha dhikru. So can somebody, a sister?
That is.
Sorry.
That is.
Close.
This
Have a look at your table. Yes, this is. Okay, this is. What does that hadha tell you about the gender of the next word?
Masculine.
Yeah, that's just general information. Okay, so hadha, that's the main thing. This is dhikru. What does dhikru mean?
I have a question.
Sorry?
Reminder.
A reminder. Fantastic. Right, so this is a reminder. Look, hadha, you've got to learn hadha. Dhikru is reminder. Do dhikr of Allah, remember Allah. It's that same word. Do dhikr of Allah. Yeah? Dhikr of Allah, we say that in, even in English, we use that word, Arabic word. Even it's an Urdu word, yeah, zikr, it's the same thing, it's remembrance. It's the same word. So, hadha dhikru, this is a reminder. Don't worry about the one dhamma at the end, okay? Don't worry about that yet. You're going to get that sometimes as well, but we're not going to go into that yet, inshallah. Next one. We're on a brother, yeah? So, just one brother if you can. I think it's working. A brother. Wahuwa mu'minun.
Wahua,
Yeah,
and he is
fantastic.
mu'minun, a believer.
Is this the first time you're doing Arabic?
No.
Okay, no problem. So wahuwa means and he is, mu'minun is a believing male. So mu'minun is believing male. So the wahuwa is, obviously you can tell from there, it's talking about he. So and he. The wow means and then the huwa, we've done it in the table. Huwa, it is. In this case, he is, because it's talking about a person. Okay.
But sir, you said in the beginning that if it is Dhammatain, then it is plural. But these all end in Dhammatain.
No. So dammatain doesn't mean plural. Dammatain just means it's a noun. It's a default position of a
Okay.
noun. The default ending of a noun.
Okay.
So mu'minun is
Noun. Thank
yeah.
you.
So mu'minun is a believer. So that's the default state. Double dhamma, double besh at the end. So wahuwa, and huwa, he is a believer. So this is Quran. If you know what mu'min means and you know what huwa means, and now you learn what wow means, and he is a believer, you're translating that. You are learning the translation from day one. And that's the structure of that book, right? So credit goes to him, not me, right? Connecting you with the Quran.
Why not dhikrun, Ustad?
We'll do it another time. Don't worry about that at the moment. Okay, good question though. But there's other rules we don't know. Just lesson one yet. So yeah, bear in mind you're going to see some variations of what I've told you. There's reasons for them, but just take the general rule at the moment as I'm telling you. Okay.
So, Ustad, you know the mu'minun, so that stays the same, which is the believer, but the huwa, when you want to change it from masculine to feminine, then it will change. If it's a female believer.
Yeah.
So the mu'minun remains the same.
No.
But if it's a female believer.
No. Then mu'minun will change to mu'minatun. The ta marbuta will come.
Okay, the feminine.
Yeah.
But the feminine khair.
But don't worry about that. Yeah. Okay, so next one. I think we're on a brother, aren't we? We're on a brother now, yeah? So a brother. Oh, no, sorry, it's a sister. So sister, one sister starts speaking, everybody else be quiet, and then just give her that chance, yeah? But it needs to be a non-Arab. It needs to be a sister who has never done any Arabic before, okay? Look at your table, open up your table on page, I don't know what it is. Inshallah, next week I'll have the booklet in front of me, inshallah. Okay. Huwa.
Ilahu.
Okay.
Huwa.
Huwa. What's huwa mean?
He is.
He is. Fantastic. Ilahun.
God.
God. Wahidun.
One.
Excellent. So, huwa, he is. Okay, we're learning that from the table. Ilahun means God. La ilaha, la means no. La ilaha, no God. Illallah, except Allah. So ilah means God, and that's where some say the word Allah comes from. Al ilah means, Allah comes from al ilah, which means the God. Okay, so ilah means God. La ilaha, no God, illallah, except Allah. Okay, so huwa, he is, ilahun, and then the description, wahidun means one. Look, they're both double ending. It's a description, double ending. Okay, right. Brother, give you the power to unmute. So one brother, please, non-Arab, please. Hadha. This is fantastic. That's the main thing you got, yeah? Hadha, okay. Siratun, you won't necessarily know this yet.
Siratun, I'm assuming it means the way, or
okay,
path.
Yeah. Away. Mustaqimun.
Well, according to translation, I'm assuming it's the adjective, which is straight.
Fantastic, excellent. Okay, yeah, you're not expected. Obviously, we've not learnt these words yet, so I'm not expecting you to know them. But that's a good one. Let's just go through that again. So hadha, So we're not talking about a masculine thing, because hadha means this is. Siratun is a way. And mustaqimun is, you might, in Urdu, you say qaim. Yeah? Qaim is something that stands, it lasts, that sort of thing. So mustaqim is, it's connected to that word. Mustaqim is straight. Okay? It's an Arabic word, obviously. Mustaqim means straight. The adjective is a double ending. This one is a double ending. Okay? So main thing here is you need to know hadha, huwa, wahuwa, hadha, huwa. Okay? That is what we've learned in that table. That table is super essential. You have to know that table. If you don't know that table, because each class builds on the next class, right, generally. So if you struggle and get left behind on this class, you're going to struggle all the way through. I've seen students, bright students attended every lesson, getting fantastic results. They missed one class. They caught up, but that test that they did was not the same. Obviously, people have to miss for certain reasons. It's COVID. There's people not well. There's people sick. Everybody has a busy life and they're attending different things. I understand that. But definitely try to catch up with the recording and get your homework done and be ready for the test. Okay? And try not to miss, because if you miss one, you miss two, gone, finito, it's finished, I'm telling you. Because you're going to be struggling all the way to the end, right? So let's just see. We've got 20 more minutes. I want to sort of keep it. I want to use it all the time. If we finish early, we do something else. We do some extra thing out. If we finish early, we go through some verses again. I want to make use of that time, because this time isn't going to come again. Yeah. So I want to really make use of it, inshallah. Okay. And so what I did on these slides, you'll see I've done something else. It's not in your books. You can see this is the Uthmani script. Okay. A lot of students are Pakistani from Bangladesh, right here that I know, and this text might be difficult. I'm Pakistani, okay, and this text, and I don't read Quran in this text because I was born. I can read it, but I was brought up reading this font here. Okay, so this is the Pakistani, and also the Bangladesh font is similar to this as well. So this is the same page, but with the Pakistani font, Indo-Pak font. For those people who prefer this, and I know lots of people do prefer this because that's what we were brought up on. The young generation now is in the madrasas. I think they're coming on to this more. Okay, but this is the same as this. So in the recording, pause it on whichever one you want, and you can look at these. They're not in the book because I made the book longer time ago, and I've only put these in since last lesson. Since we had some students who were saying they can't recognize this one. In fact, it is even in a strange. It's in computer writing on your books. That is computer writing, right? This is actually copied and pasted from Quran Explorer. So this is like the Uthmani script, and Uthmani is better. Some like it's whatever one you're used to. So I didn't want to sort of make it a handicap for certain people who understand the Quran in Urdu, the Urdu script. So I put them both here. Okay, so whichever one in your recording, pick whichever one you want, and you can stop it there, inshallah. And obviously from the recording, you can take a screenshot and do all that. There's no copyright on this. Just learn it, spread it, modify it, make it better, teach it, spread it, do what you want. There's no copyright. Do what you want. Okay, right. And then the other one is here. I've got another one. Okay, so let's just do this. So I think it's a brother this time. Okay, so brother, I'm going to give you all guys the power again. Okay, just one brother, please, a non-Arab. Yeah, look at your table. Look at that page in your booklet, which is the table, and go for this one. Our brother. Yep.
Hadi is this is.
Fantastic. Hadihi, this is. Have you done Arabic before?
No.
Fantastic. Hadihi, this is. That's the killer. That's the thing you got to take away from this class. Hadihi. Okay. An-naru.
The fire.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to put everybody on stop there so I can speak again. Right. So, alhamdulillah, hadihi, this is. Bro, you're translating already. First class. Right. I told you the Quran is easy. I'm telling you. Compared to other languages, I'm telling you the Quran. Even compared to Arabic. Newspapers and stuff like that, that's another level. I've read newspaper and I'm crazily confused, and it doesn't even flow, nothing. Quran is just something else. You know, هذه النار, هذه النار, هذه, this is, naru is the fire. How can you tell? Okay, here we go. The feminine, yeah. Yes, correct. Okay. So you can tell straight off. There's just extra information. You don't need to know it's feminine in order to be able to translate the Quran, but it's just some extra information that will help you appreciate why hada and hadihi is used. Okay. So yeah, you can tell nar is feminine. How is it feminine? Okay. It doesn't end in ta marbuta. It's not a body part that comes in pairs. It's not a woman herself. So it must be one of those historically feminine words, which it is. Okay, so it's a historically feminine word. هذه النار. So hellfire is a feminine word. Okay, next one. So a sister, again, non-Arab sister. I'm going to give you all the power to unmute. Quite nice, it's giving people the power to unmute. You know, just think if you can, your kids are crying and you can press the mute button. Oh. Right, so here we go. A sister.
Okay.
So some sister.
Hadihi.
Yep.
This is, it's a feminine.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
Sabili, my way.
Jazakallah khair. And I'd like to say Jazakallah khair not only to the person who answers the question, but Jazakallah khair for those sisters and brothers who, when they hear somebody speaking, they go quiet and they put it on mute because you're helping the class, one person speaking. And I know lots of people will know the answer, so you're giving somebody a chance to do it. So Jazakumullah khairan to all of you brothers and sisters, those who are being patient and giving other people a chance. Jazakallah khair. And Jazakallah khair for those people who are coming forth and helping and saying and giving the answers. Right, okay, so these are, so I want to emphasize, these aren't just, you know, word combinations that I've made up. This is Quran. Surah 12, 108, go and have a look at it, right? These are in the Quran. We're not going to learn words like protractor, ruler, Ministry of Defense, cabinet, you know, handbag, high heels, you know, watch. We're not going to learn those words because they don't come in the Quran. Right? Those words don't come in the Quran. I don't think I mentioned any word that comes in the Quran there. So we only concentrate on words that come in the Quran. Why learn a word that doesn't come in the Quran when you can learn a word that does come in the Quran, and a word that comes in the Quran many, 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 many times? I mean, I don't want to teach you like a word like fatarat or ghashia, words that come in just once or twice. You're only going to see them in maybe, you know, the last juz, 30th juz. I want to teach you words that you're going to see in every page. Right, because that's what we need to concentrate on. So I'm going to concentrate teaching you the most important, most frequently occurring words first, inshallah. Okay. So a brother, can you do the next one, inshallah? A brother, this one. Tilka ummatun. Okay, we've got one. Tilka.
Tilka the ummatun, a nation.
Fantastic. I think I know this person. Jazakallah khair. Right? Yeah, I recognize you, I think. Right, okay, so tilka means that is. Not this is, that is. And then ummatun is a nation. So nation, you know, we're in the ummah of the Prophet ﷺ. So that's the ummah. I'll try to connect words to words that we already use to help you learn them. Yawmun means a day. Yawmul Qiyamah is day of judgment. Yawmul Jumu'ah is the day of Jumu'ah. Okay, so that's yawm done. Ummatun is where the ummah of the Prophet ﷺ, ummah is a nation. So, ummatun is feminine. Look, da marbuta at the end. So you're not going to say, in the Quran, it's not going to say, dhalika ummatun. Because dhalika is a masculine word of saying that is. It's going to be tilka ummatun. And this could help in hifth. You know, if you're hifth in the Quran, and you're stuck and you think, oh, ummatun, what is it? Oh yeah, no, tilka. It can't, ummatun is feminine. It can't be dhalika, it must be tilka. You know, these things will actually help in hifth as well, inshallah. Right, next one, a sister. This one, وَتِلْكَ نِعْمَةٌ وَتِلْكَ.
Assalamu alaikum.
That is
Yeah.
the favor. That was the favor.
Wow means and. Tilka.
Tilka means that is.
Fantastic. Ni'matun.
Ni'matun, a favor.
Fantastic. Okay, so we have wa. Wow means and. Tilka means that. That is. So we know tilka is a feminine way of. So that means the next word is going to be feminine. As long as you know what tilka means, that is, that's job done. So wa tilka, and that is ni'matun. Ni'matun is a favor. So we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a lot of ni'mah, as we say. Ni'mah, yeah? Ni'mah. But it's a ni'mah of Allah, right? It's a favor of Allah's bounty. I think even bounty you're going to say, right? So a favor of Allah. So, good, right? We've done this. Okay, go on, let's just, brother. This is an easy one for a brother because we've just done tilka. This is the third time. A brother, this one please. Tilkal jannatu.
That is. That is.
Yeah.
Jannatu, the paradise.
Jazakallah khair. How old are you?
8.
Oh, mashallah, subhanallah. That, brothers and sisters, should be an inspiration to us. 8-year-old, subhanallah, is coming out with it. Alhamdulillah. That's very good, mashallah. Okay. Tilka, that is, al-jannatu is the paradise. So that is the paradise. Right, okay, next one. Right, a sister. Are we on sister now? Sister? A sister?
I have a question.
Yeah,
I have a question.
Okay, go on then. What's the question?
You know, as you're saying, to learn in this section, you want us to learn hada, hadihi, tilka, dhalika.
Yeah.
Do you also still want us to learn like the vocab, like naru, an-naru, sabilun, etc.?
Okay.
I was going to cover that again in later sessions.
Good question. I think that question was worth you saying it here. So, yeah, these are not the words I'm going to give you to learn in the vocabulary list. That's going to come at the end. But the top A-star student, in my time it used to be A-star. I think now it's 9s and 10s and 1s. I don't know what it is now. My time it used to be A-star, top students. A-star, right? If you want to be the top student, then learn the meaning of all the words we do in the verses as well. That's not mandatory. But for the one who has already done some Arabic and says, you know what, I can do more, then learn now, learn all these as well. Learn them as well if you can. But it's not going to be a requirement. The requirement will be learn the words I give you at the end, the most frequently occurring words. That's the ones I'm going to give you. Okay? Jazakallah khair. And now for the sister. Hiya hayyatun.
Can I try?
It is.
Yep.
Okay. Here.
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
Hayyatun, a snake.
Fantastic. How old are you?
11.
SubhanAllah. Very good. Very good. Alhamdulillah. That's very good. Right. Okay. So that's good news. So here it is. And hayyatun is a snake. So yes, you need to know these words, obviously, but we're gonna do it gradually. Learn the most frequently occurring words in the Quran, inshallah. And for the people who like the Indo-Pak font, then that's the one. They're the same verses. It's just in the font that you like, right? And I like this one. Right, we've got 7 minutes left. I'm going to try to finish on time, but sometimes I might just go slightly over. If you have to go, then don't worry, it's recorded. But I just want to go through these words now. This is your vocabulary, okay? You're going to be expected to learn this. You're not going to get these words in the test. What I'm going to do for these, I'm going to test people at the start of the next class. I'm just going to say the word, and I'm going to expect somebody to say it there and then. But I want everybody to learn it. I could put them in the test, but it's going to make the test too long, right? So I'm going to... in my previous classes, I used to pinpoint people. In the class, I used to pinpoint and say, right, you, give me that word. Put them on the spot. If they didn't know the answer, I won't kill them. I just go to somebody else. But it'd make people learn it. You have to put sometimes a bit of pressure to make people learn something, because I don't want you going away and not knowing what these words mean. Let's look at the first one. Al-akhirah. Al-akhirah. I'm going to try to connect them to things that we already use if I can. Al-akhirah. Brother, the akhirah is better than this dunya. Brother, the akhirah is good. Work for the akhirah. We use this. Al-akhirah means the hereafter. 112 times. Next one. Sama'un. Samawatun. Some of these fonts and vowels are going to be slightly wrong, but samawatun, heavens, skies. How many times? 112. Samawat wal ard. Ard is the earth. So samawat wal ard. Ard is the bottom, okay? Samawat, heavens, wal ard is the earth, okay? 311 times. These words are essential. Learn them. Some don't occur so much, but you've got the numbers. You can see the numbers here. Al-Haqqu is the truth. Al-Haqq. Brothers speak the truth. Al-Haqq. That is Haqq. You know, we use this even when we speak English, we sometimes use Arabic words. This is one of those ones that we use. Brother, this is the Haqq. Okay, this is the truth. You know, 187 times. So these words you're going to have to learn, right? You're going to have to learn these words. Otherwise, come Quran, and you see hada, hadihi, you know that, but you don't know what al-ard is. Yeah, so you have to learn these words, and it's only this much. I'm not going to give you like 100 words to learn. You can't do it. But this, inshallah, you should be able to do. Khayrun, better. We say jazakallah khair, don't we? Jazakallah, may Allah reward you. What? Khair, better, good. Khair, brother, it's fine. Good, no problem. We use those words, yeah? Jazakallah khair. Khair is good. Khair is better. Ad-Deen, the Deen of Islam. Deen means religion 50 times in the Quran. 50 times in the Quran. You know, yeah, Deen. Also can mean judgment. Maliki yawmiddin. So learn these words, Ad-Deen. Rabbun, look, 968 times. I mean, that's a lot. 968 times. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana. Yeah, we say Rabbana all the time. Rabbun Allah. Yeah. Yeah, plenty of times. Lord, sustain our Rabb. We pretty much all know this. We pretty much all know Rabb. Rabb means Allah. Okay, Rabb is Allah, Lord. So 968 times. I'm trying to give this easy words that we know. We nearly half know. Right. Next one. Sabilun. So when I put this dash here, this forward slash or whatever it is, and this word here is the plural of that word. You can learn them both fine. Okay? You can learn them both fine. Sabilun means a path away, and subul is paths. So these two words come in the Quran 166 times. Sabil. Hadihi sabili. Yeah, this is my way. We've done that verse, I think. Right? وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ. Do not follow the paths. Right? So, sabilun, subulun. Learn them. Right? عذابٌ. We might know this. رَبَّنَا أَتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسْنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسْنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Adhab. Save us from the adhab, the punishment of nar, the fire. In fact, we've got nar here. Okay? Adhabun means punishment. 322 times, coming everywhere. Right? Next one is azim. Azim. Sometimes in Arabic, the word sounds as though the thing that it is. Azim. Great, big. Adhabun azim. Azim is magnificent, awesome. Right? So, 107 times. Adhabun azim. A magnificent punishment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from that. Narun, 145 times. Narun means fire. Narun is fire. And nurun, a lot of times we use nur. Yeah? Nur, light. Nur is light. Okay? So these are the words I want you to learn. There's 2 minutes left, but I'm just going to go a teeny bit over, inshallah. Okay? These are the words I want you to learn. And the way I want you to learn them, the way people come and ask me and say, how should I learn? How should I learn? You can write and learn. You can listen to the same words again and again. You can put it up on your living room or wherever you study and learn them like that. But however your technique is for learning them, I want to give you sort of a sort of program. And the program is this. The next lesson is Wednesday. If you learn these words on Tuesday night and it takes you 15 minutes, as quick as they came in, that's as quick as they're going to go out. You learn them on a day before the time, they're going to come in, you're going to get 100% in your marks, and then it's going to go out the next day. Right? That's short-term memory. We don't want to put it in our short-term memory. We want to put it in our long-term memory. So what do? We pick up the book tomorrow. We go over it as a one draft. We go over those words, hada, hadihi, dhalika, huwa, tilka, huwa. Okay? We go over them tomorrow. And then for about 15 minutes, it doesn't take long, inshallah. 15 minutes, put it away. When you're at work, just think, what are those words? Let's try again. Put it on your phone, take a picture, right? Look at those words in lunchtime or whenever you have a bit of break. Look at them. You're having a tea break. Have a look and say, oh yeah, go on. Try them again the next day, right? They'll start slowly. You won't know them. but some you'll start learning. Go Saturday, do a bit more, 5 minutes, even if it's just 5 minutes. Go over those words again. Just go through some examples. Test your family. Get them to test you, right? Then do some on Sunday, or even if you miss a day here and there, but do a bit continuously. By the time it comes to Sunday, you know them like water. You don't have to revise Monday, Tuesday. You know it already. Just on Monday, Tuesday, just give it a quick once over. You're ready. You're ready to come and mention them in the class. These words I'm going to test you in the class, inshallah. Okay. The hada, hadi, and them, I'm going to give you a test on that Monday. Monday, I'll send you an electronic one. It's a multiple choice. You need to answer it. When you answer it, your marks will come to me and they'll be emailed to you. You have to put your email in as well. So I'll know what the general trend is. You'll see the marks. I don't care if well, I do care, but say, for example, you get half wrong. What I care is that you look at those ones you got wrong and look at the cross as, you need to focus on this. It's a lesson for yourself. It's like, I got 5 wrong. Okay, I need to go back and make sure I never get those 5 wrong ever again. Go back, learn them solid, make them solid. Okay, so again, do some tomorrow, do some the day after, do it regularly. By the time it comes to Monday, you pretty much know them. You're just finishing off, and inshallah, then it'll sit in your longer term memory, inshallah. Right? So we're just finishing off, inshallah. So if we just look here, this is the homework. I want everybody to do the homework, because those 2 students, I can remember this one particular time when I taught, 2 students, a brother and a sister, they excelled and they were getting top marks all the time. And I was like, I asked them, I said, have you done Arabic before? Because you're getting everything right. You must have done some Arabic before. I said, never done Arabic before. I thought, how come they're doing so well? I said, did you do your homework? Because in them times, I didn't used to enforce the homework. I asked them, have you done your homework all of it? Yes. And that's the thing. If you do this homework, and I want to enforce this one, right? Meaning, do this homework, because it's going to get you going back, looking, and it's going to help in the revision. It's going to help in your test. It's going to help put it to long-term memory. Write it down, learn it. Do these yourself. Get a piece of paper, write down the 4 ways a word can be feminine. That's going to come in the test, right? That's going to come in the test. Translate the following. You're going to have to translate things with hadha, hadihi, dhalika, huwa, tilka, and the other one. Okay, that table, learn them like the back of your hand. They're going to come in the test, multiple choice. You need to learn them and learn the vocabulary. Okay, so what you can do with your homework is just do it yourself. Just do it yourself. I can't check hundreds of people's homework. If you're stuck, ask. But what I will do is, when the lesson starts next week, I will go over the homework. So I hope everybody's satisfied when I've gone over the homework, answer the questions. Then I'll go over the test. Then we will do the vocabulary, and then lesson 2. Okay, and that shall all be covered in the 2 hours, inshallah. So if anybody, right, so that was the end of that, inshallah. Okay, some lessons are going to be harder, obviously. Some lessons are going to be easier. This was one of the easy ones, just introduction, waiting to come out next week. So keep on it, and if it will start getting difficult, but keep with it. Keep with the program. Encourage yourself. If you want to be in the discussion group and encourage each other, yeah, then, So does anybody have any questions before we end it for today? I can find the recording. Inshallah, we'll post a recording on the WhatsApp channels, and then from on then, that YouTube channel, will have all the recordings. Any other questions, anybody? Yeah, there's no space in the discussion group. I'll make a 3rd discussion group. There are about 50, 60 people that have registered, but I think maybe registering still now as well. I didn't have the time to put them in. So, if you're here, I apologize. If you're hearing the recording, I apologize, but I didn't have the time because you registered today, and I didn't have the time to put everybody into the groups. But I will, inshallah, tonight do some, and we should be able to complete it by tomorrow, inshallah. So I hope people learned something, and I hope people understand the value of this, meaning not my course on this, but just the value of learning words and then being able to translate the Quran. We'll learn the structure. So once you learn the structure, you can get this word, add that structure on, and you'll know the meaning of that word, even though you've never seen it before, because you know the meaning of the base word and you know the meaning of the template, and you stick that on, it'll form a word that you've never seen in your life, but you'll know what it means because you've learned the structure. That's the way You know, that's what this course is going to teach you, inshallah. You could learn the words of the Quran word to word, right? But that's really hard. If you understand the structure and then learn word to word, it's much easier. Okay? So, Jazakallah khair. Jazakumullah khairan for everybody, to everybody. And we will meet the homework, start on the homework as soon as you can. And about Monday, there will be a test sent out to you, and all try your best to get 90% or more. Okay? Okay, Jazakallah khair. If there's any other questions, or should we call it a day? Call it a day? Yeah, it looks like Barakallahu feekum. Test on Monday around there, inshallah, yeah. The WhatsApp groups will be posted with the information, inshallah. Okay, then, that seems all. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.